Hello, good morning students, and welcome back once again to another video for the class 9 gravitation chapter. So in the previous video we studied about the universal law of gravitation. After that the uses or how many things around us work because of the gravitational force. We also talked about the centripetal force, that is the moon is attracted towards the earth and that is why it is able to revolve around our earth, and similarly all the planets revolving around the sun is also happening because of the gravitational force between the planets and the sun. Okay. So today we will start with the new numericals which are actually quite difficult, not in the way that the formula is difficult, but solving the numericals itself is going to be challenging. Okay. So the question states that find the gravitational force between earth and an object of mass 2 kilograms. Placed on a surface. Mass of earth is given to you and radius of earth is given. So first of all, let's imagine what is happening over here. So let's say that this is the earth and that is an object somewhere on the surface, very close to the surface, because we are talking about earth over here, and a 2 kg object, a mass of 2 kg, the object is going to be very small and it is very close to the surface of the earth. And that is why the radius has been given. Why? Because we know that the universal law of gravitation works between the distance from center of the object to the other center. Okay? So we will consider the center of one object to the center of the other object, and between that is the distance between the two objects. So in this case, if you imagine center of this object to the center of another object over here. So compared to that, compared to our earth, this object, the second object, is really small. So its center or the surface is very negligible. Okay, so we can consider the distance between the center to the object as the radius. Okay, so this is the distance which is equal to the radius of our earth. I hope it is clear to you students, because the distance between the center of the object is so small to the surface that it can be considered as negligible. Okay, that is why we can take distance between the two objects from center to center as the radius. Okay, I hope it is clear. If you have doubts, once again we will talk it when we talk about the other objects, okay, and other numericals. Moving on, now we know that how the distance is equal to radius. We will continue with the numerical. We simply need to find the force of gravitation. So according to the universal law of gravitation, F is equal to G into m1 m2 upon d square. That is the gravitational constant and mass of one object into mass of the second object divided by the square of the distance between the two objects. So simply we substitute the values. Now, like I said before, this particular constant is always constant wherever you go in the universe, in the whole universe. Okay, so this is universal gravitational constant and its value will not change. Okay, its value will not change. So you will have to learn this value, and as always, and sometimes, for example, if the mass of the earth is given and radius of the earth is given, but the value of constant is not given, because it is understood that people already know this value. So you will have to learn these values in order to solve the numerical. So the value of gravitational constant is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. Now remember one thing, sometimes for solving purposes you can take 6.67 as 6.7 as well. Okay, but in this particular case we will be taking 6.67. Okay, and if it is to be taken as 6.7, it might already be given in the form of hint in the question, just like this values. Okay, so don't worry about it. 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into mass 1, that is our earth, and its mass is already given, that is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kilograms. Okay, you don't need to write the values, but just for simplicity purpose. And over here we are given the mass of the other object as well, so that is 2 kilograms. Okay, divided by the distance, that is the radius, and radius is given as 6.4. So we will be doing 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meters and square of that. I hope it is clear to you students. We will remove these kilograms. Remove the confusion. Okay? Now, as you know that because this is square, we have to multiply both the these values twice. Again and again, same thing. So what we will do over here is that for the next step, this 10 into 6 becomes 10 to the power 12. Because if there is a square on another power, then these two powers get multiplied. Okay? So 6 into 2 is 12. Or if it is confusing, let's solve it step by step. So it is 6.4 into 10 raised to power 6 multiplied by 6.4 into 10 raised to power 6. This is what you are supposed to do. Now because everything over here is in multiplication, you can remove the brackets so that the multiplication becomes easier. Now you have studied in powers and exponents that 10 and 10, the bases are same, and if there is multiplication in between, then the powers will be added. So you can write in the next step like this: 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11, and this 10 raised to 24 I am taking in common with this so that it is easier for us to understand. 10 raised to 24 into, because we are in multiplication, it doesn't matter, I can change the position, into 6 into 2 upon 6.4 into 6.4. I am once again putting the numbers together, 6.4 and 6.4, and 10 raised to power 6 and 10 raised to power 6 together, so that you can understand and match the powers and then solve the numerical. I hope it is clear to you, students. The next step I will write over here, so we will get rid of this diagram. Moving on, simple multiplication of the numbers, 6.67 into 6 into 12, 6 into 2, so it becomes 12. So this is, next step is 6.67 into 6 to 12 into 10 raised to minus 11 and 10 raised to 24. So I am writing 10 raised to minus 11 plus 10 raised to 24. Because the bases are same, then the power will be added. Similarly, upon 6.4 into 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 plus 6. So I am writing 10 raised to 6 plus 6. Because if bases are same, then power will be added if there is multiplication in between. Now you know that 10 raised to minus 11 plus 24. Plus minus is minus, and 24 minus 11 is 13. So next step is like this: 6.67 into 12 into 10 raised to power 13. Okay, upon 6.4 into 6.4 into 10 raised to power 12. Quite simple now. 10 raised to power 12 and 10 raised to power 13. They both have the same basis, but they are in division. So what I can do, if I take this 10 raised to power 12 in the numerator, it becomes minus. So if I do the reciprocal, the power gets a negative sign. So next step is 6.67 into 12 into 10 raised to 30 into 10 raised to minus 12 upon 6.4 into 6.4. Quite simple. Now, as you can see that 10 raised to 13 and 10 raised to minus 12, they both have once again similar bases, so I can add this. Now adding this is similar to this one that we did. So 6.67 into 12 into 10 raised to 30 plus minus 12 upon 6.4 into 6.4. Okay, students, so what I did is, because this is in multiplication, I added the powers. Now we know that plus minus is minus, so 13 minus 12 is 1. So I get the power over here as 1. And 10 raised to power 1 for any number. If it is 2 raised to power 1, it is same. So if power is 1, there is no need to write 1. Only if the power is 2. So we have 10 remaining over here. Now all that remains is solving this. Now I am not going to solve each and everything, but only simplify a little bit for you. 2 6 12, 2 3s 2 2s 4. Then similarly 2 3s are 6 and 2 3s are 6 point, 2 2s are 4. So the final step that you get over here is 6.67 into 3 is remaining over here, into 3 into 10 upon 3.2 into 3.2 upon 3.2 into 3.2. Solving this last part over here will give you the answer 19.5 or something similar to this. So ultimately the force of gravitation that is acting on the 2 kg object because of the earth is 19.5 newtons. This is your final answer. So the formula itself is not difficult. Applying the values and then solving the numerical is difficult. Okay? So you will have to remember all the things that you have studied in the past about the powers and exponents, bases, okay? How the addition of power works, how the subtraction of power works. If the power is in numerator and you take it in denominator, then the power becomes negative. And if the power is in denominator, then if you take it in numerator, once again it becomes negative. Or if it is negative, then it becomes positive. Okay? Very simple actually. You can refer your past previous standard textbooks for mathematics to understand the powers and exponents, or revise those topics once again. Because I will not be covering powers and exponents over here, and we are going to be using a lot of powers over here in this particular chapter. Okay? Let's have another one. Okay students, so another numerical for you. And this one is, the mass of Mars is 6.39 into 10 raised to 23 kilograms, and that of Jupiter is 1.89 into 10 raised to 27 kilograms. Don't get confused. Jupiter is a larger planet and therefore its mass is more. Don't go that this one is 6.39 and that one is 1.89, but look at the powers. This one is only 10 raised to 23 kilograms and that one is 10 raised to 27 kilograms. Okay, so if you add the zeros after 1.89, then you will see that that one is having more zeros, and thus the Jupiter is having more mass. Now the question is, if the distance between Mars and Jupiter is 749 into 10 raised to 3 meters, calculate force exerted by Jupiter on Mars. So basically once again you are supposed to find the gravitational force between the two. So same thing, you apply the gravitational force formula. F is G m1 m2 by d square. All the values are given to you, and in this case, like I said, 6.7, unlike the previous question, 6.67, so the approximate value 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 has been given for the gravitational constant. Okay, so apply this value, that is 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11, mass 1, that is Mars, so 6.39 into 10 raised to 23. Similarly, mass of Jupiter 1.89 into 10 raised to 27, and the distance is given as well, that is 749 into 10 raised to 23. So 749 into 10 raised to power 3 and the square. Just like we did in the previous question, place all the values and the powers of 10 together and try to simplify the equation. So 6.7 into 6.39 into 1.89 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 10 raised to 23 into 10 raised to power 27 upon 749 into 10 raised to power 3 into 749 into 10 raised to power 3. Now because this is a square, we are multiplying the same number again and again. But once again, we can simplify the process by placing the values of 749 together and 10 raised to power 3 together. So 749 into 749 into 10 raised to power 3 into 10 raised to power 3. Okay students, so over here we see that once again we have placed all the values to the power 10 on one side, and all the numbers that we can multiply and divide are placed on one side. So it is easier for us to solve the numerical. Always use this approach in the examination, so it is easier for you. Now solving this, we get F is equal to 10 raised to minus 11, so 6.7 into 6.39 into 1.89 into 10 raised to minus 11 because they all are in multiplication. So add the powers. 23 plus 27 upon 749 into 749 into 10 raised to power 3 plus 3. Now as you can see over here that 23 plus 20 is 43 and 43 plus 7 is 50 and 50 minus 11. So 50 minus 10 is 40 and minus 1, so it is 10 raised to power 39. So solving this you will get that 6.7 into 6.39 into 1.89 into 10 raised to power 39 upon 749 into 749 into 10 raised to power 6. Once again you take this power 10 raised to power 6 over there and you will see that 6.7 into 6.39 into 1.89 into 10 raised to power 39 minus 6, because 6 goes in the numerator becomes minus 6, and once again adding that you get 10 raised to power 39 minus 6 upon 749 into 749. 39 minus 6 is 33 and this becomes 6.7 into 6.39 into 1.89 10 raised to power 33 upon 749 into 749. Now over here students, as you can see that if you multiply this number, there are more decimal places on this side and there are no decimal places in the bottom. So this number in the denominator is larger. So whatever answer that you will be getting over here will be smaller and this one will be larger. So the final solution of this you will get in decimal places. But remember, you have this power 23. So you can remove the zeros and then solve the numerical, or you can add the zeros right now. How? I will explain. You need to remove this decimal point from here and here. In the same way, you need to remove the decimal places from the here as well. Okay, so multiplying this by 100 and multiplying this by 100. But you already have 10 raised to power 3 over here. So you can remove 2 zeros from here and add them on this side. So removing 2 zeros from here, that means removing 100. So you can write the next step like this. Once again, I will remove this side so that it is easier for you to understand. It will become somewhat like this. 6.7 into 6.39 into 1.89 into 100 into 100. So I have removed how many zeros? 4 zeros. Subtracting 4 zeros from this, you get into 10 raised to 29. You add 100, so it becomes 10 raised to the power 2. So 29, 30 and 31. Similarly, 2 zeros from here, 32 and 33. So I have removed 10,000 from this value and the rest is as it is upon 749 into 749. Okay? Now when you solve this, you will get the answer somewhat 1.44 into 10 raised to power 29 newtons. Obviously, I am not going to solve the division over here. You will have to try that for yourself, and so that it is easier for you to solve it in the examinations. Okay? Till then, have a nice day.